In a number of spiritual paths, your deeper questions might find answers in a session in the pastor's study. You're looking for something more, so let's offer you something different. Merry meet, blessed be, and welcome to yet another session in a very different pastor's study. I'm Aiden Odinson, High Priest of the Temple of Gaia, Priest of the Universal Gnostic Fellowship, etc. And today we're going to be talking about wells, bridges, and bunny rabbits. Or more properly, wells, bridges, but no thanks, no bunny rabbits. Take a look at just about anybody who actually has a spiritual life, and you're going to find basically three possible components: wells, bridges, and bunny rabbits. You can have any combination of wells and bridges. You might have one well, and that's it. You might have one or two bridges. Or you might have a combination of them. But if you got a bunny rabbit, you're not going to be doing much in the way of wells and bridges. What do I mean? Let's take a look at the figure in terms of the actual thing itself as we encounter it in the mundane world. A well is in one place, and it goes deep below the surface. And the biggest function of any well, the main function of any well, the only function of most wells, is to bring that which is deep below the surface up to the surface so that the rest of us can use that. It might be water, oil, natural gas, whatever. Something is down there, and the well brings it up here for us to use. That would be somebody who's very secure in their tradition. Not only secure in their tradition, but deep enough in their tradition to find out the whys. And to know more than just the form, going down into the actual substance and really grasping the substance. And that's beautiful. We need that. We need wells. And the more the merrier, especially real ones. Bridges. A bridge crosses a gap. It might be a canyon. It might be a river or a lake. But it crosses a gap where you otherwise wouldn't be able to cross. Not just by walking or driving, or whatever. But you know what secret a bridge has? It's firmly anchored on both sides. It's firmly anchored on one side. It's firmly anchored on the other side. And if you study how bridges are engineered, you find out that the flexibility is in between. The flexibility and expansion joints and that sort of thing are not at the ends. They're in between. And oh, can we use bridges? Bridges between traditions. Bridges between ways of looking at things. Solidly on both sides. And the flexibility in between, allowing traffic between the two and communication between the two. And so we have the wells and the bridges. We also have bunny rabbits. Now, the bunny rabbits that first come to mind are some of the people that I remember from my sophomore year in college. Why do I pick on college sophomores? Because they've made the grade to the point that they survived their freshman year. I remember freshman orientation, the president of the University of Oregon saying, look at the person on your left and the person on your right. Between the three of you, one will finish. What he didn't say, what somebody else said later, half of you that won't finish your freshman year. Yeah. The sophomore class was about half of the freshman class. Okay? So they made it. And some of them are just absolute sincere followers of the last lecture they attended. And I can think of a couple of people that they were dabbling with Hinduism, but then they dabbled with Buddhism. And then they came along with me to the Episcopal service a couple of times. But then somebody told them, if you go the Native American route, you can use peyote. Well, what they didn't tell them was that, first off, you had to be a Native American. Secondly, you're talking about the highest level of initiation under very controlled circumstances, with a lot of supervision and a lot of training before that. Almost as ludicrous as saying, well, join the Episcopal Church and you can drink wine. Yeah, bunny rabbits. And we still have bunny rabbits going into the 30s and the 40s and the 50s, trying to find their way. Yeah. Now you might have to, somebody might have to be a bunny rabbit for a while to find where they belong. I did that for a while. Why do I call them bunny rabbits? Boingity, 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 boing. Bunny rabbit bounces all over the place. Unless they're eating or sleeping, they don't stay in any one place for very long. And as a matter of fact, they very rarely, unless they're cooped up in a hooch, or whatever, the hutch, I guess they call it, unless they're cooped up in one of them, you're not going to see them in the same place very often. Boingity, 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 boing. Never stopping anywhere for very long. So, of course, that's not a way to build a bridge. That's not a way to make a well. Because somewhere along the way, you've got to stop. If you're going to have a well, you've got to drill down. If you're going to build a bridge, you've got to make anchors and spans. Okay, somebody might need a bunny rabbit phase. But where we really build is with the bridges and the wells. And that's your thought to ponder this week. I'm Iden. Blessed be.
Uriel's Gifts and the Secrets in Plain Sight are sponsored by the Temple of Gaia. At Temple of Gaia, we don't train you to our path. We show you how to find and pursue your own path. Above all, we tried to provide a great place to come together and to share. We're located in Collingdale, Pennsylvania, just outside of Philadelphia, and wherever cyberspace can be reached. To learn more, visit our website at templeofgaiainc.org or our meeting place in cyberspace at templeofgaia.ning.com. Thank you for coming. Feel free to return at any time. We intend to always have something for you here. Blessed be. This has been a presentation of the Wise Ones Net. Merry part and blessed be.